Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Continuing our top 15 series, we've got something special lined up for you today. I know so many of you have been asking for a customer reviews analysis for this one. Well, we're finally doing it. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Now, let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details. So, this printer showed up well packaged and in good order, which is always a win after a long day of unboxing. A lot of packing tape to remove, but not a big deal. The setup takes a little while, but it's straightforward if you scan the QR code on the setup instruction sheet. It guides you step by step on your phone, which I found handy and less annoying than wading through tiny manuals. Filling the ink tanks was surprisingly easy, and the whole refill system stayed neat with no spills at all. Once you finish the setup, it asks you to run the printing alignment, which takes a few minutes, but that step matters if you actually want crisp text and clean lines on your drafts. If you're going with wireless printing, you'll want to set up a static IP address for the printer in your router. Trust me on this, without that reservation you can run into flaky connectivity and endless reboot cycles. A quick online search will walk you through the process, and after that, the network stays calm. The feeder can feel a little touch and go at first. It's not a dramatic flaw, but you'll figure out the best way to load sheets. And after you do, it behaves fine. It's a touch noisier than I'd like, but it's not a deal breaker for me. What matters more is the quality, and that hinges on running the alignment correctly. The ink feels like it lasts a good while, and I expect savings over cartridges over time. I'll be sticking with Epson genuine ink because I don't want clogged nozzles or ink runs on important documents. And the prints dry instantly with that ink, which is a big plus for me. From a practical standpoint, this printer works perfectly with my iPhone on the home network, which is a big win for a lot of quick prints from phones and tablets. I got this in November of 2023, and it was my second EcoTank after the first one hit the market. I was replacing a finicky Canon printer that struggled to stay online, and I had also wrestled with an HP that required a lot of extra steps to connect and kept chewing through expensive ink. The installation on a laptop had a hiccup at first when the system found a fax printer I didn't need, and deleting that helped the real printer show up on the network. AirPrint from iPads and iPhones eventually worked, albeit with a bit more trial and error to tune the test print. The images weren't a slam dunk, but they weren't bad either. I've printed documents, photos on regular and premium paper, and even cardstock with satisfactory results. The auto duplex printing is a nice touch. Paper saves a lot, which matters for both the budget and the planet. The throughput isn't blazing fast, especially when you compare it to some higher-end machines. And the color prints aren't the sharpest Photolab stuff, but for everyday use they're fine, and the per-page cost is excellent. If you're considering a tank printer, this is a solid bet. The setup is long but doable, the ink goes a long way, and the overall experience has been reliable and solid for me. That's it for today's review. Thanks for watching. I hope it helped you out. If you're interested, I've left a link in the description where you can check it out. Sometimes there are good discounts available there. See you next time.